No, that doesn't mean Optre Flood. It just meant that they didn't want me as a big channel spreading stuff that, you know, was from ripped assets. Because a modder's worst nightmare is the actual IP of the content they're modding coming in and shutting it down because other people are playing around with ripped assets and spreading them like wildfire. So it's a real thing, but that has nothing to do with Friday Night Fights, and this is from like a year ago, guys. Like when we were doing that Elite versus Flood infection stuff.
Yeah.
But we'll see how Friday Night Fights decides to adapt. We might see bigger ops happen.
Server for FNF, that's nuts.
One of these OPFOR
Oh yeah, overshot. They last week it was capped at 93. They're recapping it to 90 because you know, NA last week had a little bit of desync with 93, but you know, 90-person PvP. I'm really glad to have started promoting these guys, and over the weeks we saw, you know, the numbers spike up like crazy. But let's see, BLUFOR needs to get the numbers advantage here, so they need to get like 50.
Currently slotted. You can
not even, like 50 to 55. And OPFOR needs to lose a few because of, you know, the 20% advantage that has to go to BLUFOR for this to be quote-unquote balanced.
Slotted by the time we're ready to start.
Hunter, I'm going to be honest, Friday Night Fight is community versus community. Right. Just to...
Oh, good.
Throw the team speak up again.
That if you run on a wired connection instead of a Wi-Fi connection, it will make the server run slightly better. If you have the option to do that, I'm gonna switch.
What's funny is I am a wired connection, but
for people to know.
If you notice all these different tags, so 15th NU, 2nd MRB, 29th ID, SOG, Scandi Recon, AA.
No, I mean you.
1RW. That's another AA. And then CSC. These are all people from a shit ton of different communities. And then these little symbols mean they're a community leader that's part of it. So Friday Night Fight is technically community v community. And, you know, you're brought in to play with your community, sure.
Pierce, you have
but, you know, as well as a bunch of random people like myself that don't represent a single community, even though I could come in and represent TSB, but I prefer to represent Scandi Recon because Scandi Recon is members of TSB. You know, it's just a giant melting pot. So that's why I kind of like where this has gone, you know?
Apart from Rex, that's Korak and Jones if you could push down to...
so this is going to be Indigo Fox. He is streaming, by the way, if you want to see him on the multi-Twitch.
Alright, Pierce, you good?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Alright, Indigo, you're good?
BLUFOR is good.
Alright, let's take it to my screen. Oh, there we go. Just had a picture fall down off the wall. I caught it. I caught it.
So the guy's speaking right now, that's Anderson. He had a picture fall off his wall, but he's the host. He's the guy technically in charge of everything. So if you like this stuff, you can thank him for it.
Together, please follow your platoon leaders. The radio nets are set up for a reason, so please keep your nets, follow the Orbat, don't change that up, don't go rogue, don't do anything like that, just stay there, you know, follow your platoon leader within reasonability and all that stuff. If you're not on comms, you need to make sure that you're on comms, and you're going to be on comms if you don't adjust your Orbat frequencies.
Alright, so it is a 3-terminal play. That is all I needed to know. I am now going to jump down to Casting Couch. Alright, I do that so I don't have to do that while everyone's getting moved to the TFAR channel, but real simple, BLUFOR is going to spawn right here. This is definitely a rush because this is within 1 kilometer to that first objective. 3 terminals are down, so what it basically means is BLUFOR has to hit this terminal site first. It'll be a 1.5 minute hack, and then this terminal, 1.5 minute hack, and then this terminal, 1.5 minute. I'm doing fine, Barb. How are you?
I'm sure you're doing fine now that you have a video for tomorrow.
Lamau. Hey, do we give Azariah the Casting Couch password?
Did we? No. Should we?
We probably should, since he's gonna triple commentate with us tonight. Maybe. I mean, he's DMing me for it, so maybe we should give it to him? Maybe? I'll leave it up to you.
Yeah, I suppose I owe him. I'll send it to him.
Because he's definitely blowing up my DMs right now to get it.
I poked him.
But anyway, I was just explaining to chat how this is going to work. Also, low-key, the red square zone is kind of off-center, and it is making my OCD go off.
Oh, I see it, yeah.
You see that top left and then bottom? It's slowly... It hurts. That really hurts.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's...
And there goes everybody. A little lag on TeamSpeak and Arma because 90 clients moving into multiple channels. Obviously going to be very laggy, but let's see. OPFOR's got 3 terminals, one smack dab in the middle of all these enterable buildings. Second terminal site in an open square, also next to a bunch of enterable buildings on the southern side and one on the northern side, and a kill tunnel kind of on the west, and then the third one right on the dock. I mean, that explains the name of quote-unquote push to the docks. But OPFOR does have $50 to use to fortify those areas. What they decide to choose. Yeah.
It's not a lot.
Well, okay, we don't know how they set their point system, though, so it could be a lot.
So, it could be a lot. It could, I mean, if they're going off the basic A6.
From what I've seen, it gives them about 10 to 15 assets, depending on what they choose. Anyway, Azariah, welcome. First thing I'd recommend is study all the things in F1. I'm not sure if you use the spectator camera. If you want to use tracers, it's either P or J. I hit both because I always forget, and it doesn't tell you which button does it. But that'll let you see tracers, grenades, and beautiful RPG shots.
No, just from initial observations, one thing that I've noticed is that inside the Redfall spawn zone, there's a hill that they've spawned on top of. Just to the east side of it, Redfall can actually get eyes on the BLUFOR spawn. They can actually observe what is going on and where the players can actually move out from. And that might be pretty handy to come into if they actually proceed to go through that route.
I mean, it is a possibility. It would be tough to see through the tree line. BLUFOR can't go all the way up to Hill 108, though, because that's outside of their spawn. But uphill, I mean, there is a possibility. But with that, OPFOR could also look into BLUFOR spawn. Just that thin tree line, yeah.
Are y'all getting a lot of fog? Because I'm getting a lot of fog.
No, there's a lot of fog. You're limited to about a little under a click. It was EU was like that too, so.
Yeah, I think Mission is doing that because I just set it on client side, then it overrode it.
Yeah, no, I checked render distance for EU Fight 1, and it adjusted my render distance and then immediately made the fog come back. So we're stuck at a click for render, but trust me, you won't miss anything.
Fair enough. Alright, well, as long as it's not like that one time where my render distance was like, what, 5 feet? Then I'm happy. Or I'll be fine. I'll manage. But
Hey, Jan, I'm sorry to read all that, man. That really does suck. I mean, I know Bloodwind, we're going through a few relationship issues right now.
Last count there was
but hey, I hope this cheers you up, man. I really do. That's the whole point of my content is just to make people smile and hope everyone has a good time. So really, man, I hope you're okay.
Let's see. RPG 18.
Life usually has its major ups and downs. You can't feel good without feeling some of the bad and vice versa. So
26, I think.
I hope you're okay, man. Really.
Yeah, 26. The 18 is a stick. The 26 is reusable. Otherwise, I'm not seeing Matt. I'm seeing a bunch of RPG 7s. I'm pretty sure the RPG 26.
I feel for you, man. I really do. I was when my ex left me. That was messy.
There is a
and she was malicious about it, but that's for a different time. But man, seriously, I hope you're okay. I hope you end up okay.
The vanilla RPG. That's
hey, Gore. I'm all right. I was just
yes, the 42
telling Yun here that he'll be okay.
RPG 42.
Things will be a-okay. All right, so guys, let's look at what we have on the side roster as we also kind of teach Azariah how this whole thing works. So if you mouse over your left menu, you'll see A's, B's, C's, and D's. We even have an E for BLUFOR.
Because of the team being a bit clear.
Yep, so Alpha, if you just see a letter, that is the squad leader and the medic. Platoon HQ is self-designated, but it's always important to see who is third in line for Platoon HQ. For BLUFOR, it's Bassbeard. He is the guy with the marksman rifle, which is one of, if not the deadliest gun out on the field for your side. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, those are all infantry squads. Usually you have a Team 1 and Team 2, so B1, B2, A1, A2, blah, 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 and then the Ds are your Delta weapons team. So Delta, which you normally never see on its own because no one ever takes that squad leader's role because they prefer to operate as individual teams as D1, D2, and D3 respectively, which you get the bigger machine guns for. OPFOR in this case is the PKP. Shut up. BLUFOR will have 240 Bravos. And then the Delta 4 team is the MAT team. That's important because usually they get a very powerful javelin, but sometimes it changes. EU changed up 2 of the missions, so they only had RPGs and whatnot. But what's important...
I'm not seeing any MAT on BLUFOR. I'm seeing a bunch of MMG.
I'm seeing... So Pure Paradise is MAT for OPFOR, but BLUFOR doesn't have it. But it's interesting to note because once again, MAT for OPFOR is the RPG 42. It's not a javelin, so interesting call there.
It's the 42, which is still fairly capable, especially, but it doesn't have so the limitations with it are it's dumbfire. It's got decent ranging like a Carl Gustav, but it doesn't have a built-in rangefinder, like a laser rangefinder, even a visual one. So he's gonna need some kind of estimated guess or a assistant ranging for him in order to be accurate.
Well, the BLUFOR equivalent is a Carl Gustav, but it doesn't have a ranging system either. It's not the vanilla one, it's the RHS one. He doesn't get any spotting rounds. Actually, no, that's a SMAW, never mind. But back to the tutorial, E is your vehicle crews, and then F would be your pilots. And I've never seen anything past F. But there's no pilots for this one, so you don't gotta worry.
So bringing back up onto the point of that observation post that Red 4 are able to utilize, you can see T5B and Dooley.
Yeah, Gore, if I had the numbers.
They're trying to scout what seems to be the forest line, see if they can get eyes into that. I'm not sure if they'll be able to through the mission parameters, but if they're able to get past the override, they'll be able to see straight into the BLUFOR team. The point about you saying that the
building that right on the bat
teams is, I solely think that was because of the fact that OPFOR weren't actually given any heavy assets, no statics, no vehicles, no MRAPs. It's literally just dudes and guns. So I think it's a smarter choice for BLUFOR to just pack the MMG teams. But if they do misplay their assets and they lose one of those ASVs, they're going to be in a bit of trouble because they won't actually have a heavy asset to be able to take it out efficiently.
I will say this though. Okay, go ahead, Barb.
Okay, well, I was going to say, there's a nasty rash in FNF of squandering vehicle assets in general, whether it be APCs, helicopters, you name it, they tend to squander them. And even when it's just trucks.
I will quickly to cut you off, like, past 2 weeks, they've actually been doing much better with their vehicle assets than they normally have. We've seen some pretty nasty helicopter fights. We've seen tanks duking it out with little birds. I would definitely say that the dedicated commanders have been getting a lot better with their vehicle assets. EU today was no exception. Assets, I didn't really see any squandering. There were some minor things, but, you know, everything was used pretty well, so I doubt we'll see that.
Crashing into a hillside as a helicopter or getting...
Yeah, let's not talk about what we saw 3 weeks ago on OPFOR's side, all right? That was one fluke. We're probably never going to see it again. When I say that, I mean probably another month until someone crashes the chopper again.
Month, all right.
I give it a month. It just statistically. But one interesting fact is... BLUFOR was told what their exact transport vehicle will see, and I've never seen that before. The designated MRA or Humvees, excuse me.
Sometimes they do. It just depends on the mission maker in the end, but sometimes that is the case.
So, by the way, there is an opening in the tree line, and there's BLUFOR guys and OPFOR guys staring like right at each other. So I'd be willing to bet like on the get-go there might be a machine gun burst. If you look in between the alpha teams and where, let's see, I don't see a designation for these guys. So Dooley and T5 Bay are. I mean, there's nothing stopping OPFOR from having a machine gunner right there ready to let loose. But at the same time, there's nothing stopping BLUFOR from having a Reed with one of their 117s ready to mow that position down. So
I'm moving one of the Delta teams up towards that observation post that Lurch Ellison has built up, but they're going along with the idea of trying to keep on top of the hill. Because this mission parameter is that they have to take the objective sequentially rather than at will, the key for BLUFOR to actually take this objective quite handedly is just getting on top of this hill. The moment that they can negate the high ground advantage that OPFOR will have, BLUFOR should be able to start steamrolling things with the ASVs and the overwhelming numbers that they have for the 20% man advantage.
So I agree with that, but I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. You know how we have the meme in TSB where Eander is the AT god?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have our very own AT gods in Friday Night Fights. Last time we were on NAPF as a map, someone made a 350, 400 meter shot with an RPG on a M2M wrap.
No scope.
Yeah, no scope, like blind fired, and it was
I think they
beautiful.
were also using a VL, the enhanced heat rocket. They weren't using the 7Vs, so it was.
No, I've seen them be able to get a smoke shot on the engine block with a direct hit from a regular round. So I think it was a regular round because I refuse to believe they got it with the tandem heat warhead. But we don't know because no one saw it.
Just the advanced, but yeah, just going off what I know, I think it was the advanced. But we're gonna argue about that all day.
Yeah. So just because BLUFOR has those true 2 1117s doesn't necessarily mean OPFOR is out of the wood. BLUFOR is out of the woods because OPFOR will definitely get a decent sniper shot, and it's already been brought up that sometimes assets are squandered. There was it was round 1 for EU where there were 2 1117s on BLUFOR, and they were used pretty well. However, Yanni right off the get-go when contact started with them was able to get a beautiful snipe with one of the RPGs he had on one of those 1117s. So you never know. It's just going to be a matter of what happens, who maneuvers what, and where it goes. And that's the beauty of Friday Night Fights, because even though we can call out what BLUFOR is probably going to do based off of the terrain just by staring at the map, I can assure you that even if BLUFOR has the edge in the beginning, it could get snuffed in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, and especially with those 1117s, there's a lot of...
Got some guys going on the roof right here. They're checking things out.
I'm also seeing a bit of desync on the server. I don't know if you guys are getting that too.
It's very minor.
Okay. I'm just seeing dudes ice skate around. But yeah, the 1117s, for those who aren't in the know, they have a Mark 19, which
anyway,
is
Turtle, thank you so much for the tier 3 resub at 3 months, man. I hope you keep enjoying the ops. Hope you get a kick out tonight's Friday Night Fights. Hope you're staying safe from COVID-19. And I hope you get a kick out of watching these 90 players kill each other.
Armor. I think a 1 RPG, 2 tops will take it out. But they have 2 of them as well.
Slushy, no scope.
So look at the OPFOR defensive positioning that
there was no scope on the
Platoon HQ's come up with. It looks like he's putting most of his MG teams up on this hill for a base of fire. There's good arc of fire to the north and to the south at that position. And he's going for a double squad split onto his flanks. He's put Charlie and, well, I believe, 1 element of the Delta team onto the north side. And then he's put Bravo and Alpha on the south side. So he's kind of expecting a heavier resistance on the south side, thinking that that would be the way that BLUFOR would go. What would your guys' thoughts be about how you would approach this objective?
I mean, first off, let me point out there's a massive OPFOR force on the northern corner.
Yeah, they're spreading it out.
They're going to be rushing for that tree line. As soon as the map is unhooked, they'll be pushing 200, 300 meters up into this little forest line, maybe into that factory up ahead, try and build, like, clinch BLUFOR, try and catch them in a flanking fire if they're going to try and go straight uphill.
Yeah, I don't know how good that position will be, just in the grand scheme of things, but we'll see. It's awfully close to their spawn. I mean, yeah, 2 minutes left. The
thing that I think that they're failing to recognize is that BLUFOR are motorized.
Yep.
OPFOR, if they try and rush for that warehouse position to try and get that flanking shot, they're not going to get that far. The closest you'll be getting at, luckily, like if you're lucky, is that tree line. I don't see a situation where BLUFOR would delay that heavily for the
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what I'd do as BLUFOR command in this AO.
So something we saw...
I genuinely don't.
I think 3 weeks ago on Takistan was a rush out of, like, a camping rush almost.
BLUFOR made a convoy, and then Independent made a counter convoy, and they almost ran into each other, but Independent stopped short and it got squandered, unfortunately.
Yeah, and so I would almost like to see something like that where I don't want to quite say a rush because
PKP setup.
Something about that in my gut just screams no, no, no. However, using these Humvees, they're not very well armored, but using the 1117s as a spearhead and breaking through the arguably or admittedly pretty elastic defense lines that that Red 4 has set up, if they're able to punch through maybe on the north side of Terminal 1, that big hill,
and rush Terminal 1, set up a base of fire in that, compound, because lots of windows, lots of defenses that they can just take for themselves.
Real quick to cut you off, Blake is on a rooftop with one of the PKPs. He's part of the Delta machine gun team. He did just set up to look at BLUFOR, but it looks like he's displacing right now. I was thinking we do have the Delta teams on these rooftops. They could immediately start firing on BLUFOR.
So one thing that I've got to commend the Red 4 commander for thinking about more forward thinking is that he's actually not committing every one of his assets. His Alpha teams, Alpha 1, Alpha 2, and the Alpha Squad lead, they are more kept in reserve because, again, this op is not just a single objective where the first one is...
Hess, thanks so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Hope you keep enjoying the ops. Hope you get a kick out of this one.
To the first engagement.
Hope you're staying safe on COVID-19.
He is outnumbered in terms of the man advantage, and he's up against overwhelming firepower. Why is that so quiet? Straight away to counteract this Blue Force initial push.
So with that initial push, we're seeing the 217s go north with a number of Humvees. A squad, Strakotenko. And
this is going to be a bloodbath.
South by Munsingen. And a little disjointed.
Red 4 Charlie teams pushing for that forest line. They're going to run right into the ASVs.
They have AT on the front line by Akif. He needs to pull it out because that 117's about to breach the top, but it stops short.
Yeah, he's pulled it out.
He's waiting to crest. That way the ASV can't fire back.
The ASV is looking far past. They haven't spotted anything, and the Alpha 2 Humvee is pushing up. It should draw fire soon, but the engine of the 117 is drawn attention of the Red 4 team here, the Charlie Red team, or Charlie.
They're not even looking in that direction, even from the driver's perspective.
Oh, and there's the fire.
He did just kill a Delta guy though, but AT is about to boop him.
And
here's the shot.
What was that other one?
Overshoots.
2 whiffs.
One did hit, the other one actually missed, so...
Okay, so they were having some desync.
Interesting. Yep, there is a little bit of ricochet desync going on. Third rocket just went over, gets the kill.
Was that the fragging over the ridge line? Well, it looks like a couple of the Red 4 Charlie people are flanking around to the north side, get that flanking angle, eliminate the defilade.
BLUFOR dismounted right on top of OPFOR.
So we're going to see some CQC here. It's what, 8 against 1?
Yeah, this is pretty painful though, because I don't know what's up with the server, because we had 93 people on last week and it was fine. But the desync, man, someone's having a really big boo-boo on their internet.
Maybe. Man.
Ooh.
I believe that was one of the Delta teams, actually, the MMG team that just got whacked from Sergeant Bridges' team.
That's messy.
7 by the factory, the crew that dismounted.
BLUFOR is down up here.
So
we have the other 117 up here.
Looks like BLUFOR committing with the secondary ASV on that.
I don't know, guys. Like,
through so that they can actually have that.
I don't think the server can really handle this right now.
This hill, they're not going to be able to have effective GMG fire. And they're gonna have to
cartwheel in the air.
Too. And it's
the desync tonight's really bad. I don't know. We're probably gonna have a server reset in the middle, but this is a different server, so I don't know.
Very unfortunate. But
yeah,
the Red 4 team, they're pulling back west because they know that they need to skedaddle and get back to a easily defensible position.
It's kind of a risk that paid off to some degree for them. They were able to take out some of the assets and level the playing field, but as a result of that, they gave away that flank. They let BLUFOR penetrate straight through.
AFK.
Yes, it was at the expense of one of the most powerful assets, but they managed to get like 2 fire teams and a machine gun team into that flank, deep inside, and now the Charlie...
It can't be also. I think it's just someone's internet connection being a bit too laggy here. We'll see it level up though as people get killed, so...
Probably kind of a miscue in my opinion, because they're going to be...
The fact we're seeing people go back and forth right here, we saw it with EU as well, so...
A couple casualties for BLUFOR over here, but many more casualties for Red 4, as...
Toxic, I just used the garrison module and Achilles.
On the northern side, as they...
I'm also letting these guys speak together because they're having a good dynamic.
In that factory. And down south, we have... Scandi Recon action.
Yeah, one person with a shitty connection can lag the entire server. Welcome to Arma netcode. It sucks.
And they're making their way north now.
We have Scandi Recon down here.
I think he's just trying to poke the bear on that orange 2-story.
Yep, there are 4 guys on, I think it's called a Terrence. I don't remember the exact asset, but they're going to be fighting with each other. It's Severe and Whale firing down at Scandi Recon's position. Looks like Yanni did get a bullet. He's quickly bandaging up, but with BLUFOR's lines here, we are seeing a group of BLUFOR by where they killed those 4 OPFOR dudes. Looks like they are in a firefight back and forth. I'm seeing some hippity-hoppity. Rust is now in a tree. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do, though, because the desync is just... It's really bad today, you know? But the 1117 now coming up to offer some supporting fire. There was a lot of OPFOR AT that went out on that previous 1117, but the 1117 just driving by. Just literally drove through OPFOR.
The worst they can do is just take out the wheels. But yeah, I'm sure OPFOR is like, just let it go past. Because they are restricted to first person and everything.
See, what's funny though is
or GL's coming in, rather.
yeah, so the GLs are coming to hit the Vic, but the players thought of using the GLs after the vehicle drove by. So you know how when you drive a vehicle next to infantry and you're all players fighting AI and the AI will start GLing the Vic, but the GLs will fall short and hit the infantry? That's what I'm being reminded of right now. Also, Morrison just got one-tapped in the face. Looks like some of the desync starting to clean up because I'm seeing a little less rubber banding here.
One thing I don't know is that, well, on the topic of AT for that Charlie team that took out the first ASV, they expended all of their AT.
Yep.
They actually don't have anything.
They had 2 guys. There was
Default man getting shot.
And, who was the other guy? I think he's actually dead. But,
it's back.
Killed?
Oh, that's the marksman. That's Basebeard over by the Red Warehouse. Yeah, he took some shots and he got a good kill on that guy.
So it looks like all of the AT on this northern flank has actually been expended for the sake of that 1 ASV, which is kind of a big misplay on the handling of the AT asset. They committed way too much. I feel like that what they should have done is tolerate the desync a little bit further, but as a result of that, they lost so much of their pressure in the top side of the map, just so that they could get rid of 1 asset, but surprise, surprise, there's 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other guy that I was thinking of was Gunnery Sergeant Mafav. He is
I
dead
have
as
a
well,
random...
so that's all the AT, unless someone
Got a
picks
random
up,
defensive line made right here. Interesting.
Find that one body, I think it'll have 1 rocket at most.
OPFOR's marksman seems to be where they killed the previous ASV. He's hanging around in that hill waiting for and trying to get eyes on this
Scandi Recon redeploying back here.
That he's able to find anything. Mainly because of the fact that they're playing defensive right now for medical, just wrapping up that Charlie contact. But after that, I presume
see people leaving, but other people coming in to try to grab a slot. That's just going to keep the desync going. In fact, make it a little bit worse.
Happen and reporting the movement to some kind of command leadership. Because
Moore's leaning to the right, so he doesn't. So he looks dead.
Well, one thing I would note is that the center defense, the Delta team's on top of those 2.
Yeah, the desync's also causing this, where people look down, but they're not.
They've actually replaced into the forest line just for a little bit behind that position, and they're keeping the rise north. I think the platoon commander...
Yeah, no, I know. You can't stop around from in progress, unfortunately.
He's made a misplay, and he's actually broken that flank down. He's kind of caused losses at this point.
But when you get stuff like that, it's hard to tell.
Recover the situation.
Oh my god!
How can platoon like shore up his defense on that side?
That was
but
beautiful.
He's still taking engagement on his south side, getting put under pressure.
Oh.
Yeah, Scandi. Yeah, they've pushed.
Who needs commentary when you have desync?
And Whale Squad, I think it was played by Hudson or
we got OPFOR trying to stall this one group up here.
Pretty much be the direct one-to-one defense against them, but that's drawing their lines even more thin, and with the northern side completely exposed, that might prove.
I'm not gonna lie, like it's hard to get words in here because there's just so many places you gotta cover, and I think with 3 people commentating, it doesn't.
As a result of them pushing this far in, we know that the
makes it really tough to.
And usually when people
how do I put this? 3 people focus on one area and commentate about, but there's just so many planes going around right now because it's a 90-person PvP thing.
This as an opportunity to try and lance head into Objective 2, so that as soon as Objective 1 falls, they can start Objective 2, and that puts a Red Fort on the back hill that they have to pull back from the top of that hill all the way down to the dockyard.
And they're talking about that objective going up right there.
Red 4 can lose Terminal 1 and Terminal 2, and if they either hold out on time or kill all of BLUFOR, they still win. We've seen it happen a few times where the objective gets pulled out from under the defenders, and a very nice clutch win happens for the attackers. So it's not out of the realm of
they're firing up at
possibilities
Rex
that
position.
they
I think
can
he
be
put a
setting
few
up
shots
like
down
that,
range.
where they go for essentially
I don't
a
know if
multi-layered
someone got run
objective
over.
attack. But we're seeing Scandi Recon in close combat. Lurch is now down. Acid Pantalones and some other stragglers like Whale and Funway are in contact as well. But
Yep, more crawling
the
back.
numbers
He
are in
could
favor
set
of
up right here on the
BLUFOR
left
by
here.
About 2-1.
Yeah, even then, it's kind of opposition than pushing them to that northeast side. Right now, Redfall doesn't really have a firing position that's actually quintessentially better than the one that Scandi are able to put out right now. They surely have the fortifications of the two-story building, but there's not many firing positions out from that vector. So
They're
they
still
aren't
firing
able
up
to
at
put
Rec.
down
I mean,
a
Moore
overwhelming
could
layer of
flank
fire.
around and get a shot here. He's just camping here instead. Yeah, more sweating bullets,
We'll have to
definitely.
see, as far as that, like I said, Lurch is down, and not
Vic
seeing
is
him
pulling
really
back there
up.
too.
We're seeing a lot of.
All right, I'm gonna make a judgment call. I'm gonna explain myself afterwards, but it's just, again, because they're covering something all the way back here, but because there's so much different PvP going on, I don't like having multiple commentators in one channel. I think it's great, but there's just so much stuff going on that it's hard to kind of bounce 3 people together at one angle. So, covering what they were doing, they're talking about how Scandi Recon's pushing around the southern side. We see Severe, who was with Whale and his group, engaging Scandi Recon as they came around. They've pulled back to try to deal with them, but OPFOR is a man down. Meanwhile, looking at a different angle, BLUFOR is pulling a lot of guys back over here, and I guess trying to regroup. Meanwhile, OPFOR rushed a team of 5 up here to kill Rec. And right now, Moore is still just chilling right here. I don't know what he's waiting for. It just takes one BLUFOR guy to look to the right and see that body to take them out. But let's go look at this position right here. RPG just went in. Windows knocked out. No one's down. Again, that desync is making this a little tough to identify. Also, BLUFOR has 5.56 carry handles. Interesting. Normally you see them with M4s instead. But Lurch is probably going to stay bleeding out right there. Nemesis pushing up on his own, takes a grenade to his right. I mean, even my symbols are desyncing out. That's what's got to suck here. But Nemesis usually is a really strong player for running up and killing things on his own. So I think he's going to go right up here and get a few bandages. And he's got to be careful, though, because he is exposed on that opening. Meanwhile, Moore still chilling right there. I don't know what he's trying to do, and we still have Penn over there that's AFK, so I guess we'll get him kicked for the next round if he doesn't return. The first round I did Shoutcast. We did have an AFK player on BLUFOR that just stayed alive the entire time as the last BLUFOR guy alive, which was pretty fun. There we go. So Moore unfortunately lags out, so we're not going to see that shot happen to the guys on the left here. And we still have Nemesis. I guess he's still bandaging or trying to look around, but OPFOR is pulled back. They're going to try to hold this position and bait into areas. No, they're setting up firing lines here instead. But BLUFOR is basically coming back up and repurposing their objectives. I'm going to go ahead and unmute myself again.
Anyway, yeah, it looks like that Red 4 team, Red 4 Bravo, they are pulling back now to Terminal 1. Yeah, I guess they're not going to try and do a pincer on Scandi, which is, well, suffice to say, unfortunate. Speaking of Scandi, Nemesis is actually pushed up on his own ahead of the rest of Scandi, separated not too far distance, but in close quarters like this, pretty far considering.
Well, they actually were able to clean up those contacts in that little vicinity. They've had to pull back towards the second objective, and they've got a much better firing position. If they can lure Scandi into that little clearing, they have got a lot of firing
Grenade
positions
going
that
over?
they can station from.
Another grenade going over?
Down the road and also from the grass hill side. It's a perfect kill zone.
Yeah, and I think that's what they were
Oh, wow.
Sorry, Fun Guy's team, when he came in to kind of block against.
There goes Lurch dying.
With the numbers they have, I think that
BLUFOR's coming up to this position to clear out. They're still
playing for
all 3 terminals are still up for grabs.
Blow, you know?
Yeah, they were trying to play conservative.
Nemesis getting caught out of position here.
Yeah, which is a smart thing to do on defense with the numbers disadvantage on top of the squad wipe up north. Like
Outcast has climbed up to this little ledge. No, he's in the building. Okay.
Dangerous team.
Outcast just shot. No, Finn probably just shot at Outcast.
Side, southeast of Terminal 1, and they're either going to be caught out to enfilade fire from BLUFOR Bravo, or
BLUFOR is coming down now.
Outmaneuvered and have to reposition and then get caught out in the open. Those are my two possible predictions. Right now, not much is happening.
You got Terminal 1 OPFOR on the northern side are engaging Alpha 2 and Alpha 1. Even if Scandi Recon overcomes Severe's team back watching Terminal 2, they'll still have to clear Terminal 1 first, and Terminal 1 has all of these buildings as enterable, except the exact corner ones from the looks of it. So that leaves a lot of positions for OPFOR to deploy themselves and deal with anyone coming up to this area. The only weakness of it is to the southeast, where there's a little bit of uphill, but there is a Bravo team set up right here, and it looks like they're starting to engage a Delta team in Platoon HQ getting on a rooftop, so we're going to see a big firefight right there. Really, it's going to be a matter of how does BLUFOR reconvene with their units, and where are they going to send the flanking strike to go in as the longer range guns such as the machine guns exchange fire.
This is one of the more complicated sides of an engagement, because this multi-layered attack upon 3 different flanks is a genius play.
Ooh.
But it's when you try and
Was that Whale? That was
those,
Whale.
elements from different sectors into one objective. If Red 4 play this right, if Blue 4 time their assaults wrong, their Bravo and Delta teams on top of the hill, if they attack early, they'll just be wiped out by overwhelming firepower from a superior
Acid is about to get flanked by Flying Finn here.
And that'll leave the other flank of it, which is the Blue 4 Alpha.
He looks away at the worst time, and Finn drops him.
Have any support? They rely on each other.
Sorry, Scandi Recon, they're making moves on Terminal 2. They've taken out Whale, and Finn just took out the AT down there. So we have Severe coming in from the north. He's got a machine gun coming on to Nemesis' and Outcast position.
He might be able to hear the medical. He's going to catch Outcast out of position. One shot! Never mind. Here comes the rest of the bulls. Nemesis still down. Might wake up. Infidel climbing over, but it looks like Severe's going to back up, possibly double tap Nemesis. Nope, Nemesis died. Oh, yeah, because there are the gunshots. A little bit of desync.
Oh, God. Yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit. But Infidel's very keenly aware of those gunshots, but will he be aware of Severe?
Bravo's taking multiple bullets.
Infidel. Nope.
And there he goes. Skelly can look out the window, though, possibly hit Severe, but Severe is too quick. The lag switches are too grandiose. Meanwhile, looking back over at Bravo 1 and Bravo 2.
Oh, no. Yanni. Oh, Yanni actually turns
Wow.
around. No, he didn't even trade, did he?
No, Yanni's still alive.
He got wounded in his leg. He's bleeding quite heavily, and he's got a big old cripple.
Yeah.
Severe able to get 3 kills, though. But OPFOR Bravo 1 and Bravo 2, they're being forced to pull back. They took 2 KIAs. I'm not seeing any KIAs on the BLUFOR side, though, so... nope, there is one.
Is the Alpha Squad lead, Corporal Drake, and he's lining up a shot on Adriano right now.
Is Adriano sliding around on the ground for you as well?
It's a desync issue.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just wondering. Drake's looking over at Adriano, not sure what's going on. Finn... I don't think Finn saw him, but now we're looking at a 4v2.
I've seen this bug before.
T5 Bay is now coming in on the rear flank towards Nemesis and Outcast's position.
Looking from Finn's perspective, he's actually got eyes on Drake. And Drake
Adriano turns around and just dunks him. But now he's getting shot at by Finn. It's the prone bug. You're gonna see it a lot more often in desync, but now that he's crippled, he's not gonna have it anymore.
Yeah, Adriano's taking a lot of fire. Is that all from Finn?
Hashtag, he did take some shots from Finn, yes. Drake fired first. Adriano was able to get him, and then Finn shot at Adriano, not PID'ing properly.
The only person that is still in this area for Objective 2 is one of
yeah,
the
maybe,
Alpha
Dingo,
medics, so
maybe. With all these people here, I don't want a platoon lead with desync, man.
That they're commonly known for.
We have Daedra crawling back right here.
If the rest of the Blue 4 forces play this right and Red 4 is forced to pull back, they're going to walk into the middle of a shit sandwich.
right, so we've got the BLUFOR guys up on the hill exchanging fire with the terminal. The 1117 has inched up within 150 meters of the area, and they're still suppressing that northern building where hostiles are. Scandia Recon's still around, but T5 Bay just killed Skelly from a 2-story window.
Oh, yeah, T5 Bay in that kind of French townhouse kind of looking thing. Some shots coming back from, I think, Yanni.
His first kill.
Let's see.
No, Yanni's looting bodies right now. For those of you who don't know, was he? Ouch. T5 Bay is one of the stronger players in Friday Night Fights, so, you know, he'll utilize those single-person tactics to wreak havoc on a larger force. But anyway, the 1117 is going to the east, trying to hide behind buildings. I'm not sure if it was spotted yet. I'm assuming that there is someone with AT in this OPFOR position that can deal with it. I just am having trouble finding them.
It doesn't look like they have anything available on that northeastern sector. They'd have to bring it up from a different element or a different...
There's no AT guys alive.
Yeah, looking at the map, there's no AT markers.
Yeah, there's no AT. So they have no way to deal with that 1117, but BLUFOR is not going to know that. What is Mountain doing?
There's the Mountain...
Mountain is being the Mountain.
He is menacing.
What a Chad.
And he got out. Definitely some lag going on here.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately. With a full server, full TeamSpeak, full Arma server. Ooh.
And BLUFOR is doing a massive smoke push on the northeastern flank. Meanwhile, Delta teams are overwatching them. And we still have all the BLUFOR guys to the north. I'm surprised they're not coming in to close the gap. But OPFOR, honestly, they only got T5 Bay in the back, and the rest of them are defending Terminal 1 to make their last stand. But I mean, it's definitely a little over a 2-to-1 ratio, BLUFOR to OPFOR players.
I wonder if they disabled the Mark 19 on the 1117, because if they have, or if they haven't, then I'm confused.
Oh, that thing should be firing. You know, that might be the case, because I wasn't really seeing any GMG shots from the 1117 in EU, so I'd be willing to bet it's probably empty.
If I was the gunner of that, I would level all...
Oh, yeah, I would just be going crazy. And we got one guy trying to shoot, it's Pierce trying to shoot the optics out of the 1117. He just fired a Grenadier round 2, but the 1117, what it doesn't realize is some of the shots are going off the corner and vectoring off the side. Perfect grenade shot hits Brady in the back, but he's just staying strong right there. And he's trying to shoot out some of the BLUFOR guys getting right up to the trees back here for cover.
Some of the BLUFOR Delta teams are actually getting taken out on top of these buildings.
Hold up! Give me your melt goes down by the BLUFOR 1117. Amazing.
Did he? No.
No, like this is the 50 cal, and that's the 40mm grenade launcher. Indigo. But wait, no, you're Indigo. My bad. Let me know.
M81 Woodland.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just saying what normally. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize.
So that's unfortunate.
So Indigo came into my stream. I was fact checking him on what it's supposed to have. I didn't even read his name. He's telling me that the 1117s are rescripted to have 50 cal and 240mm. So basically like a BTR.
240mm?
The 240 Bravo.
There you go.
Shut up.
That's like a howitzer.
So 50 cal and 7.62. Shush. Shush. I'm sorry, I misspoke. 240mm, they would need a much bigger platform for that thing.
So knowing that OPFOR don't have any AT...
My bad, guys. I'm sorry.
The strategy
head's
that
a mess.
I would want to employ is put all of my infantry interior inside the buildings. Yes, they only have the 50 cal and the 7.62, but they can still do
BLUFOR's next wave coming up.
Pull your infantry into a secluded area where the Vic can't be as
yeah, MBTs only have 120mm, so you need double the size.
You can have a much more tighter CQC matchup where you can actually level the playing field a little bit. You've got the angles, you know how to wait for BLUFOR to come into the death trap.
So by the way, I think Patriot, it was either Patriot or Give Me Your Milk, they were trying to do medical to Milk, and one of them just got mag dumped by something. So now Boston's gonna probably try to stabilize them, but I'd be willing to bet it might have been Hudson. No, wait, yes. Yeah, there's so much desync that I can't tell who's unconscious or not, so... Ay, ay, ay. But we have BLUFOR kind of closing that. It was a northern push. Now it's turning into a western push. That's going to spread OPFOR up there super duper thin. I'm willing to bet we're probably going to see OPFOR get wiped before the terminals are cleared. But honestly, this round hasn't really been that fair because there's been desync throughout the entirety of this match. So we're seeing, I thought I saw Give Me Your Milk die. His body slid across. Boston still trying to apply medical. We still have Brady down here firing. And we just had an RPG shot by Blake miss. It just went to the right of Mountain's 1117. And I think Blake's out.
Actually pushing on that Red 4 objective, they committed all their forces onto that M117, and they're not even watching that vector where BLUFOR's literally just going to walk in.
Oh yeah, Anderson and
BLUFOR is running platoonly because my graphics crashed. Ouch. Oh,
that's suppressing fire.
Ouch,
It's a
man.
two-pronged attack. Alpha team is pushing in from that vector, and adjacent, the Bravo team is pushing in. It's a two-prong.
Just to point something out right now, Indigo was BLUFOR's platoon lead. He crashed because his graphics card crapped out, so BLUFOR is doing this without being told to. They're just collapsing on, I think, whatever Indigo's plan was, and it's...
Collaborating, but yeah. They don't have
they don't have a centralized command, but we see Blake has gone unconscious. Hudson is still unconscious. I mean, OPFOR doesn't have a lot of men here. Yep, Firefighter just won that fight with Jones, but 50 is now firing out that direction. Firefighter might get blue on blue because he's running right up to the arc where those bullets are going. There's the double tap. Blake looks like he woke back up. He has a tandem heat warhead, but I mean, BLUFOR's in here now. We see T5 Bay in the back by some trash. Mannerheim breaching in, but Bay lets him go past. Bay also has a BLUFOR rifle and BLUFOR AT. Gets into a fight with Mannerheim. Has to reload, though.
He's trying to pull away, but Mannerheim has eyes on him.
Mannerheim's right behind him, but the Desync's making it hard to shoot each other.
He's most likely called it into Montgomery. Montgomery's going to be watching that vector.
Yep.
Oh, Beyblade, let her rip. T5 pulls a spin move, and I think landed a hit on Montgomery. And
Bay is crippled now. Warwick's coming around. Warwick's probably going to... Oh, Bay might... Oh! Gets shot in the knee. Achilles healed. And... Wow. All right. OPFOR is down to a few guys.
Yeah, this is looking like a pretty decisive BLUFOR victory. I mean, the Charlie Squad wipe for OPFOR up north was honestly the first hard fall, you know?
I just watched a firefight where Vito should have won, but BLUFOR like desynced left and right off the doorway, and then all of a sudden BLUFOR reappeared and Vito dropped dead. I mean, yeah. I'm watching something here. Same just happened with Dooley, like...
I just watched that with Dooley. Like, shots were even, like, fired.
Oh, Vito woke back up and got some revenge on Hentai Face here. We call him that because look at his fucking face.
Yeah, fucking Hoyt over there.
And Dooley wakes back up, desyncs back and forth. Vito now goes unconscious because I think Dooley just shot and killed Vito. Friendly fire. But you can't tell because the desync...
God, this is unfortunate to say the least.
There's two OPFOR guys still alive right now. One is critically wounded. Hudson's getting a bunch of Nope, Hudson's the guy that's screwed. So we have Stalingrad here. Jesus.
So it looks like Sandy Recon in preparation for that second objective. They're trying to do what I was saying earlier about trying to shoot to instantly lose both the first and the second terminals at the same time.
This is really base.
There's not even that many.
I don't know why the server's desyncing this hard. It's really unfortunate.
I mean, it's literally just Dooley and Hudson now.
He just blink?
It's not even a fight anymore.
Hudson's like on the ground. He just licked his lips.
The major misplay from OPFOR here was overcommitting that.
What?
Trying to take out one of the ASVs.
I think that was more of.
Wait, watch Hudson. Get him, Hudson! Hudson gets him!
As your hot mic.
What?
Yeah, that's some shonky business right there, man. He's okay. Liru, you remember the headless bug thing?
Yeah.
I think that's happening because of all the desync. So
That's amazing.
Toppled on the ground. And
that was absolutely amazing. He's stuck. He's bandaging himself. I'm seeing bandages appear. Go, Hudson, go! Be the ghost we all need you to be! Dooley drops Boston!
Staffenby's just woken back up.
Yep.
Stauffenberger, yeah.
Is that what you call? I call him Stalingrad, because I can't pronounce his name.
You can't pronounce anything.
But BLUFOR, their first attack wave has been halted, but they still have like 2 more. Come on, Hudson, I believe in you. Oh my god. Dreek is still alive. He's looking around. He's scared. He knows Hudson is still alive, licking his lips and blinking. He's ready for more.
Yeah, Stauffenberger.
He's now shooting his gun to try to bait more BLUFOR guys to come in.
He just killed.
They just killed Dreek. What the fuck, Hudson?
Yeah, I mean, this isn't anything on Hudson's end that he can.
Yeah, Hudson wouldn't be able to see that he's down like this, but everyone else isn't gonna see his body. He's getting suppressed right now too.
Yeah, I guess there's.
Because BLUFOR has no idea what's going on.
Ultimately,
Get him, Hudson!
I would just call for the 50 cal just to start raking on that second story. They know that the
Dreek
fight's
woke back up and immediately goes back unconscious.
Say, look, we're taking fire from this area. We know which building he
my
roughly
god.
can't garrison the corner buildings. Rake it until you.
How many kills does Hudson have? Hudson has 6 kills doing his prone tactic.
Yeah,
so
like 90, 95, but points still made.
I have a theory. Ready? Hudson, he's at 6 kills right now. I think he's like this because BLUFOR's giving him a BJ.
Giving him a what?
A BJ. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
Are you? Look at where that dead BLUFOR guy's head is.
No. For once, I have to agree with Liru. That's pretty square in his crotch.
Also, that's what they're doing with the 50 cal. They're telling us to rake it.
BLUFOR's trying to suppress, but the blow jump powers are too strong.
Yeah, like
Hudson's able to dodge all the shots.
What this is like they have to hit Hudson's body on the ground, not in sight, to hurt Hudson's ghost.
Dooley's doing a massive melee on Boston's body, but Boston's body tanked all the shots.
This is pretty cursed.
Oh, there it is. Oh gosh, and he put it in his butt. Oh man.
Yeah, Stauffenberger, Dooley, Hudson, and Vito.
And BLUFOR just doesn't know how to go in.
Yep, Vito's just split out.
Oof. I mean, they.
Let's go, BLUFOR. Let's
Again, they don't have a platoon commander because Indigo crashed out, so they have between Mannerheim and.
I can hear Hudson's footsteps.
Yanni or flying. Those are the squad leads markers that I'm seeing on the map. They have to be able to communicate with each other and say,
Mannerheim
hey,
doing his flight.
None of us in that Terminal 1.
Doing his no-clip.
No one's replying from Terminal 1. We gotta make another attack, because the objective obviously hasn't popped, and they're getting no contact from it. No radio contact.
Oh
so
my
it's
god.
It's just a matter of time. And we don't, do either of you two know what the time limit is? Because we're actually, we're only like 30 minutes in.
We might see time called in 2 minutes. Because last round it was at 50 when the 15-minute timer was called. Honestly, if I was BLUFOR, I would have no idea what to do. You're fighting a ghost and 2 desyncy boys, but you yourself are desyncy boys, but desync so far has been favoring the defender. So, I mean, we're going to have to see another attack wave of BLUFOR come in, but will Hudson carry it? So Hudson's at 6 kills. Let's see, Dooley is at 2 kills, and
at 2 as well.
Stalingrad is also at 2 kills. You are absolutely right. They are fighting Bassbeard, though. Bassbeard has 2 kills and a marksman rifle, and he is scoping out Hudson's position. But thankfully, Hudson has figured out the prone blowjob tactic. He's still looking around, trying to play it safe, waiting for more guys to come in so he can kill them.
What's funny is that Bassbeard is standing on top of the 2 guys who got mowed down, and so he's
by the
doing
117. Oh yeah, he's literally teabagging one of them.
These friendlies are they died here. That couldn't possibly mean that I died here. As
Bassbeard just got hit by Stalingrad.
Either Stauffenberger or Hudson.
No, it was Staffenberger. He's the one shooting up there.
Yeah, it was definitely Stauffenberger through 2 windows.
By the way, Dooley's dead, and Staffenberger gets shot.
Ooh, so now that's left is Hudson's Ghost to defend Terminal 1.
All right, Hudson's Ghost, you got this. I think he can do it.
At this point, I would just try and just surround the building on each of the entry points. They just start firing.
Like,
Hudson's firing back! Gets Mannerheim!
The whole argument is or the issue
Get him, Hudson!
They have to find Hudson's body and shoot him.
I'm not gonna lie, an admin needs to call this right now. Mannerheim just died. They're firing back. Jemiah's running up. He's got no idea what's going on. And Jemiah just died. Yeah, an admin needs to call this because they're fighting a fucking ghost. Like, oh, there's 15 minutes at the 50-minute mark. All right. Hold up. Hudson just...
Dying?
Hudson died!
Well, okay, so maybe it wasn't glitched for some people.
No, that's probably it. Yeah, he wasn't glitched for some people, but he was definitely glitched for others. So, Hudson's ghost did disappear too. I don't know where his body... I'm gonna find him on the roster here.
His body just went 15 clicks out to sea. I just saw it at the very last second.
No. Come on, I gotta find it. What was his full name?
It's Hudson. He's in,
Private Hudson. He's on A1. He is now...
He's in one of the buildings.
Wait, what?
The western side. I have him on the western side of the building, just dead among the pile of bodies.
Yeah, no, he's there, dead. I guess, yeah. We were glitched out and seen him, but... Yep, they're gonna restart the server too. But wow, oh wow, there's the server crash.
Yeah,
and there we go! Woo! Red Chain Party! Red Chain Party!
Round one to...
Can I get an F in chat for Hudson's Ghost, please?
Fucking big F, yeah.
Big F for Hudson's
They
Ghost.
are restarting the server. Let's hop up and catch debrief.
Hudson's Ghost!